Hello, welcome to a new episode of Motorthoughts. I'm James Drujol, and today we're in the Peak District. Why are we in the Peak District? Well, it's a sunny day, it's a nice day to be out in the Peak District. But we're not reviewing a car. As you know, this is my Mark IV Golf GTI. I've had it for a little while. Today we're looking at a road, because what's a car without a road? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a lump of metal and 4 or 5 wheels, if you're including the steering wheel. Snake Pass was voted best driving road by Caterham and Autotrader in the whole of the UK. That's quite a big statement. So I think we need to put it to the test. Really, is it the best driving road in the UK? Maybe. But let's go for a drive. Let's find out. Snake Pass, the A57 Peak District. Is it the best driving road in the UK? Well, it's been known amongst motorists as a popular driving road for quite some time now. So as you can imagine, the police have caught on to this and it's prone to accidents. I can't tell you how many accidents there are on Snake Pass, but quite a few. There's a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit along the whole stretch of road, which is a bit peak, pardon the pun. Just left the Lady Bower Reservoir. And around here the road is a bit straighter and a bit more abrasive. It's really smooth as you get closer to Glossop, and it's a lot twistier. Cyclists, as we're just having to find out here, because it's such a lovely road and it's incredibly scenic, you also have cyclists that like to come along for the ride as well. So you have to bear that in mind, because, you know, God forbid, you could come around a bit too quick around a corner and, you know, knock Doris off her bike. That would be sad, wouldn't it? So it's the main road that goes between Sheffield and Manchester, so you do get heavy duty, heavy load trucks coming through. It's quite bumpy along this stretch near the reservoir, but the road is definitely a lot smoother as you get towards Glossop. It's just very popular. So there are some other roads I would recommend over Snake Pass in the Peak District, mainly around Bradfield. There's some really nice roads around there, and they're all national speed limits, so you can go a bit faster there. And around Castleton there's a few nice roads, and I think it's around Edale you can do a really nice loop around there. So around the reservoir, which we've just left, there's a lot more trees, and the road is predominantly in the shade. It's really nice tarmac now that we've gone a bit further out. But yeah, around Glossop on the last bit of the Snake Pass, it suddenly becomes a lot more open, and you know, sun comes out. This stretch around the reservoir, it's just lovely. Just lovely, isn't it, Jack?
It is lovely.
It is lovely. Sheep. The sheep, yes. So I've mentioned cyclists. There's obviously a lot of motorbikes, and I think it's mainly motorbike crashes that happen around here, and that's why there's a speed limit. Bloody motorcyclists. Anyway, you also have to look out for sheep, because about 90% of the Peak District is farmland, and there are a lot of sheep, and you know, the sheep, they like to wander, don't they? And yeah, it wouldn't be too good if you went around a blind corner and took out a sheep, would it? Or Doris on her bike. So if you're watching this and you're a cyclist and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to cycle down Snake Pass, please don't. There are loads of other off-piste cycle paths you can do, which look quite fun. And there are loads of other roads in the Peak District. I really wouldn't recommend cycling down Snake Pass. I think it's, yeah, you're asking for trouble, really. It's a single carriageway. There are a lot of blind corners, and because it's so popular with motorists, you know, you're bound to have a boy racer come around too hot and take you out, you know. And so we don't want that. No one wants that, really. It sort of goes through a valley, and there's a stream that I guess links up with the reservoir. It's all rather quaint.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and the sun's out. Look, there's some sheep.
Yeah, loads of
sheep. Now, this would be the perfect road for like an MX-5, really. I think that's the car you'd want to have for this. 50-50 weight distribution, not, you know, nice and light. You wouldn't want too much power. You wouldn't be able to use all of the power because it's a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. Some of the really twistier bits, there's a fair bit of camber. It is studded in the middle of the road with reflectors. So that's something. It's a bit annoying. Like, I shouldn't recommend this on a channel. But on some other B roads, it's quite nice to sort of not stick to your lane. You should stick to your lane, but to take a better line. And you can't really do that here because of those studs in the middle of the road. But it's probably a good thing they're there at night. I'd say it's probably more fun coming from Glossop, just because, especially on that incline, you can really use all the power in most cars. I know I can in this. But again, coming back down the other way towards Glossop, because it's all downhill, you're always on the brakes and you can't really, I think it's more fun braking and just using all the power of the car. So it is prone to snowing in the winter around here, and it's I think most years they have to close Snake Pass just because there's too much snow and it's dangerous because it's up and down and so forth. It is just gorgeous though, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's mesmerising.
Show just some nice passion shots of you just being like.
And now cue
the passion.
Question is this one of the best driving roads in the UK? I don't know. I don't think it is. Like, to be honest, just because it's 50 mile an hour most of the way, and most times I've driven down Snake Pass, there's been traffic and it's been busy, so I haven't really been able to enjoy the road as much as I'd like to. I think the road itself is amazing, but like I said, there are some nicer roads in the Peak District around Edale, Fiddler's Elbow, Ringing Lone Road, a loop around Edale, what's a sheep? And around Bradfield. There are a few more national speed limit roads, which are probably just as fun. They're not as spectacular as Snake Pass, but they're a lot quieter, so you can actually, enjoy the road a bit more. There's definitely better roads to drive in the Peak District, and I believe it was 2008, Caterham did a survey, and it must have been around that time as well. Autotrader claimed Snake Pass was one of the best driving roads in the UK, because it must be quite recent that the 50 mile an hour speed limit came in. In terms of the scenery and the landscape and the views and the flow of the road, it's definitely probably one of the best driving roads in the UK. But it's not, because it's very busy and there's a lot, there's all sorts of traffic. But yeah, now we're heading back towards Glossop. And the great bit about this stretch is you can see Manchester coming over the horizon. There it is. It's like seeing the sea when you're, in your family car and you're driving to the seaside. It's like, there's Manchester. It's right there, isn't it? You can see the industrial monstrosity of Manchester. I shouldn't say monstrosity, should I? It was bad.
No, you're an Anger the Manx.
Anger the Manx. 20 million people live within an hour's drive of the Peak District, so if you live nearby, you should definitely pop out for a day and take in all the beautiful scenery and the sights to see. Yeah. So that's my verdict, guys. I don't think it's the best driving road in the UK because of the speed limit and because of the sheer amount of traffic, because it's such a popular road and the Peak District itself is such a beautiful and popular place to come and visit. And just as we're coming up into Glossop, I'm going to sign off and say I've been James Drujal, you've been watching Motor Thoughts. See you next time, guys.